I've decided to come and do some, I see a problem here. I think my EverQuest 2 is not behaving properly. So hold on just a second. I see. I see. Maybe that'll fix it. And maybe I got to. I may have to restart it, honestly. Let's see here. Do that. Does it work? No. Man, I tell you what. Technical difficulties all the time, right? There we go. Kind of. Set it's not the right size. Or anything fun like that. That's more like it. I'm not sure if it's perfect, but it's better than it was. I think we got it. Okay, we got it. Excellent. All right, now, as I was saying, I have decided to hop in on the live server because Frostfell is in season, and I believe that it should be live right now. So that was interesting. I have unread mail. That could be anything. We're gonna cancel out of this. And we do have plenty of room in the bags, which is important. I have no idea what all we have in the bags. I'm gonna just kind of ignore that actually and head on down Kino's Harbor. See, and on live, there is no divide really between North and South Kinos. It's just Kinos province, you're in the northern side, or in the southern side of Kinos province. Also, these purple shinies are Christmas Frostfell, technically specific. So, if you see purple shinies when you're on live and you're running around, those are for Christmas things. Now, another thing is, there are some cool things that go on in all of these areas for the Christmas season, the Frostfell season, I should say. We're going to just go, if possible, straight to the Frostfell village area, which we're in Keenest Harbor right now. And we come running over here. And first of all, here is Pinchy Pleasant Viewer. That's clearly a gift giver guide, a Frostfell guide. He says, "Golly, I'm so glad you showed up, Hildebar. Hopefully you can save our leader and our home. We're starting to get real sad." And I say, "Of course I will help. I am an upstanding citizen, my good elf." He says, "We need you, because our leader, Lord Bowsprite, has disappeared, and our home has been taken over. We have no idea what to do without his strong leadership. He is the most honorable, noblest of elves. He takes care of all of us, tells us what to do when we're sad or confused, and he makes us laugh. He is the bestest leader ever. with the meanie pants Bree and Bella living in our home and Lord Bowsprite missing. We have no clue what to do. And I say, do you know where he could be? He says, we know for sure it was those mean goblins, but we don't know where they took him or why. The greeny goblin that took over our home just showed up the other day. We tried to hug him, but he got really cross and yelled at us. Then our home suddenly became downright freezing, and there are all these strange monsters roaming around. We all got very, very scared. We think maybe that mean old goblin brought them. We need Lord Bowsprite to tell us what to do. And I say, well, I can help you find him. Do you know which goblins took him? He says, we don't know. There are so many tribes of them. The fubby buzzers, the hammy housers, the runny eyes, the sneaky sniffers, the pit claws, the gibblegibbers, the swami swimmers. And I just don't know. The only clue I have is the greenie that has taken over our land kept talking about making gold and strange schemes. He wasn't very smart either. I say, what exactly did he say about gold and schemes? He says, let me think. He said something like, spinning numbers spin real fast. They lose lots of money and then they gasp. Gold, silver, platinum, please. If you win, then we sneeze. We thought it was the silliest song. It made us all laugh real hard, so we started singing it with him and dancing around, but I think it made him even madder. Greeny goblins are so weird. And I say, well, there's a good chance one of the Gibblegibbers might know something about this. And so we accept this. He says, hurry, quick, and let us know when you find out beloved Lord Bowsprite. And I say, I will. And it is the tale of the Gigglegibber Grump. But then we're going to go into the magic closet, where we see that there are two instances right now of Frostfell Wonderland Village. We'll go in the second one. Yes. Now, as you can see, there are a number of things that one can do. One thing that one can get quite caught up in is gathering things. Trying to remember if there's anything else I should use right now. I got a prayer shawl. What else? Got the market of plushies. Got all kinds of stuff for gathering. And there are presents. Let's just say presents abound, alright? And we may as well grab some. So there's the season and all that. The Gibblegibbee Goblin Gambling Game Vendor. Yeah, this is a Gibblegibbee Goblin. You're not interested in that, but he says, buy a ticket, you. Only 10 shiny coins. You give just 10 shiny coins, and maybe you get many shinier coins. And I say, how did a goblin get in here? But I won't say that. I'll actually say, what do you know about the disappearance of Lord Bowsprite? He says, Lord who's? I never met no one named Bowsprit. I say, Bowsprite, not Bowsprit. He says, oh, well, I still don't know nothing about that elf. I say, who said he was an elf? Fess up. I gathered too much. Let's try this again. Fess up, or I'll tell everyone the Gibblegibber gambling game is rigged. He says, no, you can't do that. Fine, I'll tell you everything. We have Bowsprit at the super secret hideout, but you can't go there. No way. I said, tell me where it is. You don't want me to ruin your business, do you? He says, you're gonna get me in a lot of trouble, you know. I'll tell you, but I don't exactly remember where it is. All I remember is the entrance is at the bottom of the water under the docks where the haps and fairies play. We all have to take the boat to get there. That's all I'm telling you. Now, goes away. I say you've been helpful. Thanks. All right. And now, what else do we have? We have a Frostfell vendor over there. You can use these frozen token the guys to get stuff. Now me, on this character, I probably don't have as much as on the other ones, but this character has 309 of those right now. Oh, EverQuest 2 says, oh, your microphone's volume is so much better today. That's wonderful. I tried to fix it a couple of days ago, and I hoped it had done some good, but I hadn't heard any feedback on it, so I wasn't sure. I'm glad to hear it. Now let's see how we have these Frostfell decorative crafts, and I'm going to I'll hide the unusable things. I don't know that anything in here is going to be unusable for me, but just in case, make things a little bit easier. I know that I will have subscribed to the majority of these. So here we go. We've got Frostfell Feasts and Decorative Crafts number 11. Has Frostfell Cranberry Relish, Frostfell Triple Berry Compote, gingerbread bed, gingerbread chair, gingerbread grandfather clock, gingerbread nightstand, gingerbread rug, gingerbread sugar plate, gingerbread table, gingerbread teacup stack, and gingerbread teapot. I shall buy it and scribe it. Next, oh man, there are quite a few of these that I don't have yet. Because this is just the feasts and decorative crafts. Boy, I am behind. That's what happens when you don't play on live for a while. Alright, we have here Frostfell Feasts and Decorative Crafts number 12. And it has Blizzard Blue Gumdrop Plushy, Frostfang Roots, Frostfell Blueberry Compote, Frostfell Raspberry Compote, Gold Cooking Utensils, Hollow Frostfang Maple, Jolly Frostfell Plate, Lime Green Gumdrop Plushie, Regal Frostfell Plate, Silver Cooking Utensils, Snowy Tree Stump, and Sunshine Yellow Gumdrop Plushie. So, I should buy that one. I just have to glance through here and see how many we're looking at. So it looks like I do have all the outfits already. That's a good sign. I was afraid it was going to be like this with every iteration of crafting recipes, but it's looking okay. Okay, I got the scholarly pursuits. So actually, it's just these that I don't have. It looks like that's good. Excellent. All right. So next we have Frostfell Feast and Decorative Crafts number 13. Cocoa Cauldron, Airless Frosted Ore, Festive Plate of Frostfell Pastries, Frostfell Fayberry Muffin Plate, Frozen Tundra Shrub, Holiday Plaid Chase Lounge, Holiday Plaid Plush Couch. I gotta see that real quick. Oh, I can't see it right now. Luscious Red Gum Drop Plushie. Here we go. Do it like this. There we are. There it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now the Chase Lounge. Let's check it out. We gotta examine it and then we can. All right. Fancy schmancy. All right. Merry Plate of Frostfell Pastries, Sinister Gumdrop Plushie, Tangy Orange Gumdrop Plushie, and Avelia's Buckthorn Bush. Frostfell Feasts and Decorative Crafts number 14. Austere Cold Pine Garland, Austere Cold Pine Swag, Chill to Do Hollis Glass, Chocolate Gingerbread Plushie, Crispy Gingerbread Plushie, Frostfell Hall Table, Frostfell Side Table, Gomari Graze Brush, Holiday Plaid Plush Chair, Holiday Plaid Plush Large Couch, Jingle Bell Berry Compote, Wonderland Cranberry Relish. Now, a lot of these, probably most of these, you can actually get food from. I'm not sure about these specific things, but often you can. It's like level 10, and it's not great, but it's cool that it even exists. So then we have Chill Blossom Bloom, Decorative Rainbows Candy Stick, Decorative Red and Black Candy Stick, Decorative Red and White Candy Stick, Frostfell Long Bench, Frostfell Long Table, Frostfell Square Table, Giant Caramel Button, Giant Cherry Button, Holiday Plaid Dining Chair, Velia's Cave Boulder, and Velia's Cave Stone. Frostfell Pieces and Decorative Crafts, number 16. Decorative Blue and White Candy Stick, Decorative Green and Black Candy Stick, Decorative Purple and Black Candy Stick. Bugajoy says, on live, eh? Yes, Bugajoy, I'm exploring Frostfell currently. Airless Frost-Rimed Rock, Airless Permafrost Den, Everfrost State Bed, Everfrost Estate Small Table, Frostfell Bedside Table, Frostfell Short Bench, Giant Current Button, Giant Lime Button, Hanging Blizzard Grizzly Pelt. Isn't that Christmassy? We're almost done with these. Frostfell Pieces and Decorative Crafts, number 17. Cool Mint Swirl Lollipop, Decadent Malaysian Log Cake, Decorative Green and White Candy Stick, Decorative Red and Pink Candy Stick, Elegant Silver Serving Platter, Everfrost Estate Dining Chair, Everfrost Estate Grandfather Clock, Everfrost Estate Nightstand, Fancy Red and Gold Panel Divider, Frostfell Swirl Lollipop, Silver Fork, Knife, and Spoon. Cool Mint Sugar Heart Lollipop, this is for number 18. Elegant Silver Cup, Elegant Silver Mug, Frosted Malaysian Log Cake, Frostfell Sugar Heart Lollipop, Icy Chase Lounge, Icy Plush Chair, Icy Plush Couch, Icy Plush Large Couch, Peppermint Stick Cordon, Silver Wine Bottle, and a Spearmint Stick Cordon. Cordon. All right. And so, all of the Frostfell things at our disposal here. Now, this is a Frostfell shopping guide. For those of you who are unaware, this holds 56 items, but they are only for holding Frostfell items. And these days, our bags are already bigger, but they used to be huge. The problem that I have here is that I've not set this character window up at all. And so, everything is wrong. It's just one more reason that I just don't deal with getting on my little typical. Here we are. All right. Now, may as well mend while I'm here. I've got some sturdy fruitcake. Now, what you can do with sturdy fruitcake is you can throw it at people. It's kind of like snowballs, but it's fruitcake. It's part of the joy of the season, you know? You can't throw fruitcake at people. What can you do? Ah, see the tree stand is on. I'm unsurprised by this. You see, already I'm getting distracted with just gathering peasants. Because you can gather and gather and gather, and then sure enough, you go to craft something and you certainly don't have what you're going for. That being said, in our guild hall, we have all of the different things you could possibly want as far as that goes. Many years of gathering presents. And here we have a quest. Sog's Frostfoot, the crafting recruit. He says, I bet you have crafty's fingers. You're good with making pretties, yes? I say, yes, I love to craft. He says, I knows it. Frostfoot's be all toes when crafty bits be the task. I be sent to get someone who helps us. I say, whatever it is, I'll help. And here we can earn 10 Persian token with the Kai's. I've never really known how to say that. AC, who knows? Lady Box wants to help Bowsprite and Shiverbones and Ice Cream's goblins. These for workers, rather. But since she is but squeeze freed, she cannot burn us for our holiday bits and bubbles. We need help making enough to fill up her holes. I say you can count on me. And so that's up the Frostfell goblins decorate come across. Be sure to wait until all of the decorations are placed. And here we have Jingle, who says, oh, goodness, what has befallen our Frostfell Wonderland? And I say, that's a good question. He says, I was late to arrive, having been delayed only to find that the land has been transformed beautifully. And I say, this wasn't a planned transformation? He says, no, not that I'm aware of. If it was, well, then it went very wrong. So many that were here are now frozen with it. They need to be saved, first and foremost. I say, maybe we can melt them free. He says, good thinking, Hildefar. It'll take some potent Frostfell magic to melt the arcane deep freeze that they're gripped by. I'll need some living burning embers and living ice crystals. Can you obtain them for me? I say, I certainly can. He says, great. The burning embers should be found on a living blaze in Lavastorm, and the ice crystals can be obtained from a living snow flurry in Everfrost. And I say I'll be back with the burning embers and ice crystals. And then we get this, which the reward for is this fella right here. A little plushy guy. You can stick him in your house. And then you too can have a Frostfell Drake hanging around in your very home. This is always what you dreamed of. All right, accept that quest, of course. And then, let's see. We need to come and visit Santa Claus. Santa Claus and his helper give out gifts. He says, Happy Frostfell, Hildebar. I have gifties galore. I have one special for you. And I say, thank you. You can pick up one every day, by the way. Frostfell present. It could have in it Deep Ice Knit Cap, Scary Frostfell Humbug Cap, Petamorph Wand of Sugar Gingerbread Man, Carden Ward Snow Globe, Frostfell Sweets Present, Snowflake Holiday Fruit Basket, Deep Ice Frost Flame Brazier, Run Bite the Baby Dragon Berber, Palace Stone Hearth, Icy Round Griffin Fountain, Tall Candy Striped Gift Bag, Wide Golden Frostfell Tree Gift Bag, Haberdasher's Frostfell Cube, Stocking Stuffed Frostfell Cube, the Blue Striped Sentient Present, or Thaw Slug. Alright, let's see what we get. Ah, it is a Frostfell Sweets Present. Well, I don't even remember reading that one. But here we are. Looks like this. Nice house item. Now you'll notice that people are putting their flags here. Guild flags. Probably for easy portal to Santa Claus, I would imagine. Who knows, though? Look, there's Lord Bowsprite. We know that guy. As you can see, here we have Frostfell crafting tables. You'll notice that it's labeled a Frostfell loom, for instance, and you have to have a Frostfell table to make the Frostfell items on. You can't just make it on any table. It has to be a Frostfell table. Which I believe that we have all of the Frostfell tables in our guild hall. Ah, it's shiny. And I don't know if there are any new shinies for Frostfell this year. I'm not aware of it. I heard that there's a new house. It's a island, and I think it's just an empty island. Be wrong. But that was what I understood. Was that it's an empty island that you can decorate. Make our way over to Philip Mumbletoes. Oh glory, oh glory, oh glory. No, I mustn't worry. She's capable of handling herself, right? Yes. Oh, no kidding. She's no more capable than I am. And I said, pardon me, who are you talking about? What's wrong? He says, my sister, Lottie. She's obsessed with the myths and lives of Valkyrie. Well, she has yet to return here after her expedition to the frozen land of Everfrost. I say, she went to Everfrost? He says, I'm afraid so. She was gifted a map of Ice Spire, complete with secret crags and passages. She couldn't help herself. Had to go right away. And I say, the Valkyrie aren't the only dangers in Everfrost. Was she prepared for this? He says she had on her thick furs. Oh, that's not what you mean, huh? You'll help her, won't you? I say I'll be accompanied by my best agents. He says my sister is stubborn, takes off the claw. The chances you can just convince her to return if you find her will be unlikely unless she's ready. I say we'll do what we can to bring Lottie back safe and sound. Receive Overseer Quest, Valkyrie Sagi. Lottie and Everfrost. Okay, Overseer Quest. That's a live thing, and it's one that I didn't do a lot of. So here we have Valkyrie Saga, Lottie, and Everfrost, and we have to let's see if I can even remember how to do this. All right. Ages required are 1. We'll form our party. I have no idea. These guys they may not even be available. haven't. Okay, let's see. This is complete, so I think we have to claim this. We get an overseer reward crate. We have these things also done, and we have to claim them. But I'm not even sure. I don't even have any guys available because it doesn't even look like. Well, okay, I've got somebody in there. Young Meacham. Okay. It's a quick complete quest. And we get an advanced armor, studies 11. Then we complete the quest here. We get various random poisons and potions. Let's just grab. Let's grab an elixir of variety. Oh wait, it's all of them. You don't have to choose now. All right, we have this. That's one that I was running on a different character, so I can't claim it. So I guess that's all. And so I cannot use my guys right now because they're on cooldown. Let's see if I have any more adventure. I don't. So I only have these two guys, unfortunately. We could use some daybreak cash to clear it, but I'm going to be running around anyway, so we may as well try to remember it for a few minutes and what remains of my brain. Can't really do anything that requires fighting or anything because I don't even have hotbars set up in such a way that I can see all of these spells, much less use them. Something else, I think, possibly here. We go to live events and then we go to Frostfell. We can check and see, like, if we craft these items, then we can get a reward. Basically, it's just icy glint portal is the reward for doing all of these. Each one of them will have a different reward. It's not a big deal. This character has just not participated in much, honestly. In fact, really, I ought to switch over to. I think I was doing it with Order. This one says, "Hello, traveler. Happy Frostfell. I don't suppose you feel like helping me apprentice Frostfell Fae." I say, "Happy Frostfell to you, too. And that depends. What do you need?" This is ever since I came to the Frostfell village, I've been having dreams of a sad gnome girl. I wish I could take her a present to cheer her up, but I haven't learned gift giving yet. Maybe you could help. I say, "Well, I haven't studied gift giving either, but I'll help if I can. What shall we give her?" He says, "Unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't learned gift selection yet either. But if you go to the Frostfell workshop, I bet the gift supply manager can find the perfect gift for us to give her." I say, "Sure, I guess I can do that." And it's like this. The magic portal that leads into the Frostfell workshop is on the ledge near where you entered our Frostfell Wonderland village. And I say, "I'll find it. Thank you." There we have first to shine. Oh no, this is just terrible. A candy cane surplus. It's been stolen by high cubes. What? How could that have happened? I don't know. It's like the essence of the guy's gone mad. Just went and slurped all the candy canes up. Is there anything I can do to help? Well, chum, I think there is something you can do. Return to the frozen waters below and chase those candy-stealing Kai cubes down. Just know that the essence of Kai is only revealing a few of the cubes at a time. That'll make it interesting, but it won't stop me from recovering all the candy canes. Oh, watch out. Earlier I saw some humbugs leaving gifts upon the ice. I'm not sure if they'll help or hinder you, so be sure to approach them with care. Good thing I'm up for a challenge. Fantastic. Go on down to the ramp leading the ice over near Icy Keep. There's a present I left down there. It may give you just the boost you need to grab all those frozen treats before they melt away. Sounds good. I'll be back with those frozen candy canes. I think this um, might be a race of some kind. It's been a while since I did it. I think that might be what it is. Grab Prestashan's present at the bottom of the ramp, it says. Don't know that I necessarily want to do it right now. I was thinking of going and checking out crafting. Let me make sure real quick that I got all the quests over here. Let's see. Have a look. All right, now I'm going to head back over this way. Hey, Sturby One Kenobi. Yeah. I'm on live, technically, but we're just doing the Frostfell thing. Let's not go crazy. How many max level twos? No, I don't have max level twos at this point. Um, I haven't played in so long on live. I can show you what I have there, but they're like, I want to say the highest level one is maybe 120 something. Yeah, I'm telling you, I haven't played on her in years. This one is 110, and I'm going to say probably a good number of mine would be around between 100 and 110. I think I have a total of like 17, I want to say around 17 maybe characters on live. I shall refresh the page. Okay, let's see. Permafrost crypt decorating retribution. Do I want to do that? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe I do. What server are you on? Says Sturdy1 Kenobi. This is Mod's Duel. Alright, I will hop into my crafting here. Let's see what we have. Stockings can hold tasty treats or smurry treats. Who wants to put lots of them up? Then I'll decide later what gifties to put in them. Can you craft you sew me some stockings? I'll craft the stockings. Time to deck these halls. Can you crafty make the wreaths? He has wreath kits with all the bits you need. We just be needing you to make them. I'll make the wreaths. Frostfell tree is the big important part of Frostfell. He has all the bits to make us a large one here. If you crafted the layers of the tree and give them to me, I will put them all together. Just because it is not a real tree doesn't mean it is not a Frostfell tree. I say I will create the Frostfell tree pieces for you. The other question is, do I have room? And yes, I do. That's wonderful. All right. Go up to this. You've got Frostfell over here. Who says, hey, I'll be needing someone crafty to help you make a table for big feasting. Can you create the table parts for me? I'll do hard work of putting it all together. I say, you bet. And we have the Minister of Food, who knows Frostfell. Nothing says Frostfell like a big foodie feast. Can you cook some 6 foodie yum dishes for me? I will cook the dishes. Dutch Frostfoot says, Frostfell needing pretty lights. Candles are pretty for that. Make me some candles, please, yes? I'll make you some candles. Frostfoot says, Frostfell tree needs gifties underneath. Can you make some gifty boxes for me? Don't worry about putting gifties in them. And I say I will craft the gift boxes. Then we have Zed's Frostfoot, who says, I want to puts up big and floofy fancy bows. Can you craft some pretty bows for me to put on cold walls? I say I will create the bows. All right. Now, with all that said, let's get some Frostfell brochures. And some paper. I'm just going to go ahead and get 5 stacks of each approximately. Get us going here. Frostfell wreath kit. Frostfell fabric. Frostfell timber. Alright, we will start, of course, the fuel merchant. So we start here at this, and what have we got? We need dinner dishes. It's the Frostfell dinner dishes, it says. I am at a chemistry table. Wow, I am blind. Alright, cool. Chemistry table, what do we need here? Stockings, wreaths, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna get off of that and then open the book and look up dinner dish. No bueno. So we have to figure out what we've done wrong. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Well, there was part of it in the way. It did not spread. The book. Nope, wrong book. Now let's see. Anything else? movement. I don't see any other books. Okay, there it is. And so, we made stove and keg as we thought we would. And maybe this time if we go to the right crafting machine, that'd be phenomenal, right? Yeah, oh yeah. But we need a couple of elven magics for this. So, we have over here this fellow. Looks like this character has not done anything. So we'll get a little stack of each of these types of fuel. It's one of the things, you need to have. And so, I'll go to the store and try again. Ad starts in 18 seconds. It is nice to be able to use the crafting window to do crafting. So this morning, during the initial downtime, I streamed a different game. It was a mobile game called Marvel Strike Force. That was a different kind of experience. Streaming on the phone is it's a whole different experience. And then I tried using an emulator. No, not an emulator. An emulator of a phone thing. Frostfell Grind Time says Gigglegibbee. Yes. So I tried using that, and then that was not super effective. So then I did some screencasting, and that was also interesting. And so I did that until I thought that EverQuest 2 was probably up. And I tried to log in, it wasn't up yet. Tried again at like 1:30 p.m., still wasn't up. So I was like, okay. And I went and downloaded another game called, what is it, Watcher of Realms? Something like that. And tried that out. Again, interesting. It felt like a mobile game. And then someone told me that it was a mobile game. It just was not the version I was playing was not a it was not the mobile version, but that it was a mobile game. Gumos says, I smell gummies. Is it the big Frostfell foodie feast? I say, it sure is. He says, thanks a bunches. I will set the foodie gums out soon. Yes, yes. I say, sounds good, Goose. Yeah, sounds great. Wonderful. Lovely. All right, then. With the crossbow bow and stockings. We definitely need the stockings. So let's get started on that. But yeah, it was definitely an experience. I think that I might I might be willing to play the mobile game from my phone if like I can't get onto EverQuest basically if I'm out somewhere or something like that. And I might will play uh the other one, the Watcher of Realms, occasionally if say EverQuest 2 is updating or something like that. I might could do that a bit, but it's I don't know. It's mobile gaming. I felt like there was an auto battler. The uh the first one that I played, the Marvel first um Marvel man, I've already forgotten what it's called. Marvel, I want to say First Strike, but I think that's not quite right. Anyway, that one was less less auto battler and more like turn-based RPG. But the next one, the Watcher of the Realms, was definitely RPG or definitely auto battlery. Somehow I missed getting the Frostfell wax over there. But anyhow, I was told that it was actually a tower defense game. Um, I have never played an auto battler before, and I've also never played. I don't think I've ever played a tower defense game before, so I had no experience. I had assumed, oddly, that tower defense meant that you were defending a tower. I was told that's not the case, and that in fact you are essentially using towers to defend something else. Um, okay, I guess. Um, so this game was apparently it's considered a tower defense game because you're placing down heroes and you're placing down, um, the characters, and they stand still and essentially fight the creatures as the creatures come up to them, and whatever it is that's attacking. So there you go. To me, an auto battler would be something that battles automatically, right? An automatic battler. Um, I queried further and was at first vehemently told that no, they're two different things, and that tower defense is not a subcategory of auto battler as I thought it was. Um, but ultimately, it seems that maybe a tower defense can be a subcategory of auto battler, and that it isn't always. So I believe that the one I was playing would be considered, at least to me, I would consider it an auto battler that happens to also be a tower defense. Thank you for the contribution, Gibblegibbee. I noticed it a moment ago, and then I just think I was in the middle of a sentence when I saw it. And then my brain just switched gears by the time I was done. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I don't think I even have any of the expansions after whatever it was that I was doing around maybe 120 or maybe on the way up to 120. I really couldn't even tell you where I was. It was after, no, it was after Penumbra. It was after Plains of Prophecy. Um, but yeah, couldn't even tell you. I know that the last time I was on doing that, the max level was 130, and I was behind because it had been so long since I played, and I was trying to catch up, but I didn't have um, a lot of real interest in it. So I was going very slowly and sort of like a job, you're working it out, a little at a time, getting it done, but not really enjoying it. And yeah, finally I just said, I'm not really interested in this. And that was the last time I really played on live. I wonder if I didn't have room in my quest hopper probably to show everything. Yeah, okay. So I missed the gifts in those. I should have done it anyway. And I tapped in Frostfell a moment ago, but I will. So, what have you guys been doing this evening? All of the things in the web? I was just looking jibber jabber because I was thinking, man, I would think that 20,000 probably put it over the edge there, but it doesn't seem to. I don't know. I think that it would. One more of these Frostfell gifts to get through. Then we got bows. What else? Bows and 3 pieces of wreaths. It's been quite a long while since I did these also. And I don't know if I've done it with this character or not. Maybe not. This character was my race to track and on character, and so she didn't experience the holiday things for her first first 80 levels or so. And I'm not sure if I got her over to do any of these Frostfell things at any point or not. Kind of looks like maybe not, considering I think she was able to pick up, if not all, then most of the Frostfell quests. I normally do them on one of my other characters, but I can't actually remember which one. It's either, I think it's either or Bear or Midgey, but I'm not sure which one. Also, it is pretty daggum cold around these parts. I'm already missing summer. Gotta tell you, I was not excited about winter coming, and it was not improved. So I have a friend that I met on Twitter a couple of years ago, and we just chat back and forth normally. And I just found out, I guess yesterday morning, that he choked and actually died on Thanksgiving morning. And apparently he was resuscitated at the hospital, and he's okay, but it was just like, geez, man, chew your food, Come on, don't be done. It's just terrible. And he lives alone, so man, I'm glad somebody was there. But it happened, at any other time of the year. I mean, he would have been by himself, and that would be all she wrote. So that was unfortunate that he choked, but also very fortunate that someone was there to help him. So we got an ad starting in 6 seconds. It's kind of crazy how that works. Like something can be both very unfortunate and very fortunate at the same time. But I'm glad he's okay. One more of these wreaths, and I'll be finished with the wreaths. And then I did believe I only have one more thing, and it's the bows. And so I think I will go and turn these in because sometimes you can end up glitching out this quest if you turn them all at once. So I'm going to turn these in, and then I'll go and finish the other one. Newt says, "Did you craft two silver needs some Frostfell stockings?" I said, "Yes, I did, Newt. This is pretty good. Now ticky time for me to put them up on the stone pillars." And I say, "Happy Frostfell." And Gut says, "You done craft making the dinner table parts yet?" I say, "They're all done." He says, "Hooray, I do hard work, so putting it all together right away." I say, "Uh-huh, well, hard work." Okay, we got Ducks, who says, "I can no see you. Are the pretty candles done yet?" I say, "All done." He says, "Yay! Now to set these pretty lights around this sealed off cave." I say, "Have fun, Ducks." Blosk says, "You done craft making some gifty boxes?" I say, "All done, Blosk." He says, "Oh, these are nice and good. Frostfell tree gets gifties underneath now." I say, "I'm glad you like them." And then we have your bows left. I really enjoyed this character on this to track him on. It was a lot of fun. Bringing her over to live very soon. She was not as fun because of the things that were done to the Gorisha class. It was definitely diminished, and the enjoyment was diminished by some of the changes that were made, basically invalidating, stuns and mezzes. Stuns not as much, but mezzes, and and the charms and all that. The fun part of it was taken away, and they just become another DPS class. Just unfortunate. Really. So now let's turn in here. Did you craft the big and floofy fancy bows? I say, "All done." He says, "Thanks, yes. I'm going to go put on cold walls by the unsuspicious sealed cave." I say, "You're welcome." Now, move it. And there it goes. Ah, yes. Nice job with that stocking up there on the rock. Very good. Here, let's see. I'm tired of running goblins out of here, he says. It is the angered vision of rocks. Now let's go see. An empty little cave hole. And now to go back and speak with Solves Frostfell. Here's Solves Frostfell. He says, guess walk's not as complex as we thought. Well, you get goods made with the crafting. He thinks you're neat. I say you're welcome. And we'll accept these 10 poison clipping of the cows. Oh, did you see that zoom past? Oh, it's because he's doing that quest I mentioned. We gotta run around and I don't know, collect something. I don't need it. It's been a while. That was actually the main what I wanted to do. For the moment, just the crafting one. I don't really know why, but I do need to check out that overseer quest, because they should be available by now. We can find it. Don't recall the name of it. It's probably right up there at the top. Ah, why do you never fest it? Was right up there at the top. Hmm. Well, form your party so you can't have any patience. We still have time left on these guys. Man, that is crazy. And actually, I probably need to clean my. No, not quite yet. Tomorrow, I don't know. 3 days from now, I need to clean my brains. I need to clean my brains, but also my daybreak clash. That's the thing, though. But rather than go around and gather presents for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to just log on over to Kipoerneke. Ah, no, I can't. It'd take too long because just shutting down and restarting on the other server, you have to log. You have to wait for the um for it to load into the correct server and all that, and it takes a moment to change the files over. Of course, it occurs to me With all the fast travel you've got around here, I suppose I could go do some fast traveling. I think there's some stuff over in Moldura. I wonder if I can remember how to get to Moldura. It's been so very long. There's the kind of magic in nearest. Let's see here. Huh. Yeah. Let's see. Send it from two sudden method login. See, I don't even know sudden method login. Oh, but I guess that's fairly unique. Um, the blinding, I think that's where I was, the city of Cordell Mixed. Yeah, I was on Mookland the last time I was playing on live. That's where I was. Splendor Sky area, I didn't get that far. I don't think. Um, Phantom Sea and the Tranquil Sea. I don't remember. There's just so many things here, you know? There's this running expand. Now, I may have put my head into that. It sounds very familiar. I think we need to go to Gingerbread right now. I think there's like a quest line that you have to finish before you can even level up past 110 as I recall. I wasn't sure my computer was even going to go for it there for a minute. It's like, oh, we just decided to stop with that whole loading thing, eh? Yeah, let's see how. This stuff is actually, yeah, it's still going to be color picking and things. I really don't know where exactly this character was. Looks like I had a quest going here. Find where to obtain the mini thaumaturgical cylinders. And that was in Kalundra. I really think the last time that I played on live, I was primarily playing with the Conjurer. The zoning times are much longer here, I notice. thing on Origins as well. I think that there was supposed to be some um, quests here for the Frostfell stuff. I've got to be careful because there's quite a few other quests here, like Steep Fudge Taskmaster. I don't want to grab those. I'm not sure if I want to do any of it, but definitely don't want those. Nothing there. I think this is not going to be one that I need. No, this is a normal one. That's a normal one. I'm questioning this guy. I just don't know either. I don't think so. Nothing over here. Well, I'm not finding any fresh silver here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Let me see. Oh, well, maybe you have wasted enough time looking for it that now I can check the overseer thing and finish that. This is being done by the winter now. Lottie in Everfrost. Oh my goodness, still has 4 minutes. It's chilling. I'm checking why is it not draining? That would be one. We're still not done. Oh my goodness. Right, so nothing doing. Well, let's check on the research. I think I just restarted some recently, maybe. Yep, I did. So that does no good. Um, one thing I can do, if I can find it, man, who knows where it'll be. You should have a familiar crafting and gathering and things like that. I do believe. Oh, there we go. That's for gathering. Um, it also it increases your criminal success chance, things like that. Good stuff. What have I need now? Um, it's a bush-colored cherry gumdrop. So I guess the last time I played this one was it must have been around Frostfell. One of these years. That's funny. Huh. All right. This thing is a little treasure chest, what goes in. But I have this appearance, I have a good experience to catch for chocolate and probably because it's just out of the way when it's like that. I just remembered about training mercenaries and things like that. Oh my goodness. It's a mess. And then there's, okay, so I currently have equipped my gathering, no. The Pegasus that I have here is Sunbright Clockwork Pegasus. And I believe that this was from Race to Traffic. I think it's where I got this stuff. Oh my goodness, I still have seconds left on these guys. Soon. This will be done first, so I did not this simple. Surely he'll work. All I need, really, is to not have them being patient like I am. Then we'd be good. think they're ready. Have no traits. That one also has no traits. It seems fun. Still. And then there's a way to do here. Choose cookie or their company. Right. Okay, so send deserve this out. Certainly not using them. And then you could send, I don't know, which one's best. Gather is the embassy. Chocolate is the soup. So I guess we'll run 1% mishap. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, sure. Start quest. Why not? Send them out into the world. All right. I feel like that was something right there. I'm gonna check real fast and just see if Ulgar is the guy I've been doing it on, or if it was Meggy. So I think it was one of those two. And it may have been Meggy, or maybe, maybe it was both of them. I guess I actually should have counted to the character select so that you could see, you wanted to know about my characters, but I can do that between there and Emoji. I'm not able to see what I have on Modular because I don't honestly know. It's been quite some time. I think it would be cool to be able to take some of these characters from live and then reset them to where they were at level 70 and bring them over to Origins. Well, let's see here. Research of Geotic Room 8 has been completed. Okay. We'll randomly research something else. And I don't really care what. Got whatever this stuff is going on. Cancel whatever that is. And hey, why not take care of our setup, which is the same as my other characters. And I guess this is my mark, which I seem to have out. Who knows what I was doing with him. Now, let's go to achievements, live events, and just kind of check through here. Anything doesn't look very complete to me, which is weird because I know for sure that I did some of this. See the candy cane? That's a hint. But okay, that's all right. I will switch over. Count. This time I'm going to count character select. And then, where am I even? Oh, I know where I'm at. Yeah, nearest. So we'll see which characters I have and with the highest level. I know that the highest level is going to be Holiday, so I can check that one first. And honestly, I don't know. She may be 115. I don't know. 125. Okay, so she did get up to 125. And she's in the Palace of Jewel currently. But all right, what do I have? Okay, that is level 8, level 10, level 100, level 95, 100, 80, 32, 90, 100, 100, 1. Okay, I was going to say 110, but that's 110 carpenter. 84, 49, 100, 77, 125, 110, 100, 100, 110, 99, and I guess that's the last one. So there we go. That is, that's my spread right there. Let's see. I'm just gonna check and see if Neji is the one that I was doing the holiday event stuff. Not again? I'm not sure. And then also it looks like I've got to log into Valentio and grab her um whatever it was she was working on. Oversee request. I don't remember which one she needed. Definitely taking a minute. Okay, for one thing, probably it's trying to load her into the guild hall. And I bet that the guild hall link is due. Looks like it. And so that won't work out. We got all this pop-ups to get into. We can go ahead and name that and start researching whatever that is. I'm not even worried about it. Alright, let's see here. Live events. I guess they've just been reset because one of the things that I was doing was trying to do all of the live events. And it doesn't look like anybody has that, any of them complete, who I would have been doing it with. So it's unfortunate. All right, well, good to know, I suppose. No sense in worrying too much about that. But I will switch over to Linfield real quick and go ahead and start her overseer going so that when I log in someday in the distant future, I can say to myself, I did this thing this one time. I wonder what it was. Ah, interesting. So many entrepreneurs. Why? Don't know. Um, Strange for my game. All right. Well, I'll claim this and start researching whatever this is. And apparently I have items in my overflow, and my bags are not full, but hey, let's empty everything. There you go. Got overseer boosts, apparently. It's all fine and well. And take fortifier setup. Um, wow, I see. My abysmal cedar inventory was removed from my belt and added to my episode slot, and my room first of night is in the United Kingdom with the full set. So they did not like whatever runes I had on my belt, which is interesting. That's the abysmal cedar. Hmm. I'm not sure where the other room went in all these bags. I could search for it, but I don't know. Oh, it's a instead of power. That's made up. Hmm. I don't know. It's of no consequence. Um, I will go to. Oh, Stroby one can always this question. When you were crafting, I noticed you had all of the hotkeys before things popped up. Is that a strat how to do it? Yeah, definitely. If you want the crafting to go faster, you're definitely gonna want to be putting all of them pretty much every time you craft. Um, I hit the progress ones, unless my durability is going down significantly, and then I'll throw in a durability or two. But yeah, it'll speed your crafting up tremendously if you use um all of your hotkeys. It's either going to be durability or progress that you can improve. So you choose. Yeah, about this complete quest here. So I click the button there, and it gives us 11:15 oops pack. I don't know what that means. Strawberry One Kirby says cool things. Learn something new every day. Yes, absolutely. That is an important part of it. You have to time it, right? So you want to hit the three after you counter an event, right? If you see an event pop up, you counter that first, then hit the other two. If there's no event, there's kind of a timing thing. You know, you get in the rhythm of it, and you can kind of hear it, and then you'll know, like if an event would have happened but it didn't. Now it's time to hit the buttons again. Now let's see here. I've got an overseer reward crate. Who knows what's in that? And an overseer bonus reward crate. We'll accept it. It says you've been awarded the following. Now, we have no idea what any of this is. So, here in the world of instant broker, let's check and see how expensive are these things. And that'll give us some idea of which ones are worth the most. This is ridiculous. That's 1,200,000 platinum. So 1.2 million, followed by nothing. There aren't any of these guys. That's probably a good sign for its price. Now let's try the shrinking mushroom. Only 12,000 for that. Radiant Cone. Primal Euclizite Shard. Yeah, That's a low of 9,900,000. Okay. Lustrous raw copper hide. 10,999. We've got a lantern hogfish. 16,500,000. A jumping creeper. For 10,000, or a humming sapphire. Humming sapphire. 10,000. So, how do we decide? What's the proper winner? I kind of lean toward the shadowed primal leucocyte shard myself. Oh, I get all of them. Of course I do. That's the way we do on these things. Righty. So, before we do that, let's empty our airflow if we can. I can't. Okay, let's sort the bags. And then hopefully we have some things we can throw into this harvest bag over here. It's my big hope. Those are fruits. See, I'm so out of touch. I don't even know what I'm looking at. That is an ancient silk coin, and that's an ancient Epsilon coin. Those, maybe I can put them into my currency. Let's check. Nope. No such thought. I know I can't be that. That's an end. My goodness. Essences. My brain is broken just looking at this stuff, honestly. Okay, Warsack's clay is the proof is a pudding. Okay, got an idea. Idea is, oh my gosh. Oh, that's so silly. Those numbers are insane. Ridiculous. You're right. Well then, the question is, what do I throw in temporarily? You can throw anything in. So why don't we just start and see what drops in there? Because I really don't care. And that will let me theoretically open this crate and see what's in it before my bags are overflowing again. Oh. Oh man. I only have room for two more things. There's so many things in my bags. I didn't even realize that the burger was full and containing. There we go. Yeah. The next question is, where did that throw the box? There's the box. Oh goodness, who knows what's in it? To examine it, only unpack a single level 15 overseer quest pack on an account. Well, that's weird. I don't even want to then. See, this is the kind of moment where I just keep something like this in my bags for the rest of my life. So, I'll just accept this stuff now. And that'll have a place to go because of course it did. That makes sense. I hesitate to do this. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 54 million without taking anything off of the break. I have 54 million. Well, just for funsies, why don't we unload the broker? So we were at 54 million. Now we're at 68 million. And I bet you can't buy anything for 68 million. Let's see, what could a person buy? Let's just see if we have any handcrafted. Let's say handcrafted chest piece for level 130. Well, let's say 130 up to 135. See what happens. That's really not that bad. I expected worse. So you could actually buy a good number of handcrafted pieces. That's good. How about mastercrafted? And of course, it's all garbage anyway at this level. So 30 million would get you one piece of mastercrafted. So I, with all of my money in the world, could get 2 pieces of mastercrafted armor on here. Yeah. Sounds great. So it looks like we have Beliza Morning Light, Warrior of Pinchy. Accept that. And it's heirloom, exchange. Sure, why not? Add to collection, I think is what we do. No, apparently we already have Beliza Morning Light or Pinchy. So I guess we can give it to someone else whenever next we're in town. What on earth am I doing? Oh, crafting instance, I'm sure. Because I'm out here, and I mentioned to you guys the group plastic crafting instances. However, it looks like I actually have a quest out there that I must be working on. So take the Staff of Fear and then enter the Void Palace through Broken Skull Rock and explore it. So, believe it or not, working on the Shadow Odyssey Chapter 8, I probably decided that I did not have any interest in doing level 25 quests and chose to come clear some old quests from my journal from forever ago. That does sound like me. I think that I would have to go to the next area, I think, to level from 125 to 30, right? I think so. Looks like 125 on both trade skill and adventure. Oh, right, and let's not forget about the Ascension experience, my goodness. Yeah. No, I don't miss this. This is all just, no, I'm good. All right, well, with that in mind, I think maybe I go just, I wonder though, before I decide to get off of here, I want to just look and see, first of all, do I have anything fun that I can easily identify as fun? What I would like to see is some of the gear, because I had a good bit of gear on different people from places like the estate of Unwrap, and they were always neat. You know, they have cool appearances, and I don't know if I have any of that. Thought I might have some on there. And it's still May. I think these might be neat looking. Oh, we can't see them because they're pants. Tend them naked, and it's clear. And then try. Oh my goodness. Can't get pants like that just anywhere. I don't remember where I got them from. I know this. This is a nice mage mirror here. And I think that's from the Tower of Frozen Shadows. Can't believe I knew the name of that place. But I don't see um any of the gear from State and Rust. And it's possible, you know, really sold by now. And also, I don't know which character I had it on either, so may not have been this one door. Or these are the things that I just put on. It's like, I don't even remember this. Those are fancy. I kind of like all of those. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Let's just see. I had this listed at 900 platinum for this. 400,000 platinum. Oh, that's now. I bet you that we can't even find a chrono on here because they probably cost more to get than you can even this one for. There used to be, I wonder what do we have here? For just the highest priced thing, I wonder what it is. Let's just search and then go up price. So that is 2 billion platinum for a Thunderous Overture 11 Grandmaster. That is a good spell. Yeah, I actually was selling the Grandmasters there for a while. In fact, I may still have some. I think Ordera was the main selling, and I may still have some on his birthday. Don't know. You know what? Why don't I just check and see? I think it was him. It may not have even been is the other thing. Had so many. So last time anybody was really playing in the guild, looks like was basically in January. That's crazy. Last January, it's been almost a year. But, you know, again, I didn't even have anything like on here, and it doesn't matter. Like, that's how this goes. I can just, I'm mentored down, and it's like that. You know, what's the point? All right. Well, with that, on that note, I should say, I think I'm going to log over to Kipoerneke because that is how this is going. I think I'll go ahead and slash. Well, you know what? Well, doesn't do me good to capture desktop or to character select. You can capture login. Weirdly, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Try that again. For real though, I want to log in. No? Not going to attempt to log in? No idea. Try the old slash exit thing. That'll do it. Alright, now I will reopen the launchpad, and it will take a moment because we have to wait for it to load the launchpad, and then once it does, I'll have to click the upper left-hand corner where it says version US English and change that to origins. Apply that, and then you can click play, but it's going to take a minute because it's going to change some files around here on the little EverQuest 2 screen. So, take a second, and then finally, we'll do that. Slowly but surely, it is moving toward the goal of completion. I suppose I could go ahead and preempt the ad right before it loads, and that way it would not run an ad. Oh no, maybe it already has run one recently, so I can't. Hopefully. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and get a drink while I wait, and I'll be right back. I have returned. And the Kipoerneke is in sight. All right, let's see what we have. I think I had just emptied everything last effort. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see. Collectibles, no anything I'm interested in. Um, Nobody's on right now. So, whatever shall I do? I could do a bit of crafting, because I certainly do need to. Let's see what we're at. Level 49, 8.8% in, and 100% vitality. That speaks to me. It says, hey, do some crafting every now and then. All right, here we are. We've got a few different coats running around in here. So I see refrain, and I feel like he really needs to be a troubadour. He's a dirge that works. I suppose it's acceptable. So, gonna hop up into the crafting hall up here, known as Vergaro's house, for a quick rip or two. And put on the crafting gear for the occasion. What I notice is that I do not have my ring line. For reasons unknown. No, it's not a ring. It is. What? No, it is. It's a ring. How interesting. Let's put that on and save it. All right, now. I also see that I had too many things to display in Crafting Quest, so go see about fixing that. Don't need passion, we're just gonna do blood meat, and that'll get us there. Now, we haven't had started in 23 seconds. Just to let you know, got something. So, Strawberry One Kenobi, if you're crafting and you get off track, and you can't remember or you're not sure where the event should happen, just go ahead and wait for the next, for the next beat. Because what you don't want to do is end up hitting the button right as an event pops up. So that would be my recommendation. Just be careful about that. Distract adversaries. Like that. That's one prime example of me hitting something at the wrong time and messing up an event. Don't do that. Be more careful than that. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely get in the rhythm of it. And then you know when it's going to have the opportunity for an event to occur. There will always be one of each ability in each of the, I don't know, ability type isn't exactly what I'm going for, but you have 3 for durability and 3 for progress of each tier, and one out of those 3 is going to be one that takes from your mana pool, your power. And so you should be aware of which one that is. So the one that says it increases progress by 27, and that's all it says, takes power to cast it. So, so you just be aware that's the one that's draining you. If you run out of power, and you want to avoid that one unless it's to counter something if you're running low on power. However, if that occasion arises, you always go over here to your trade skill window and go to the early part of your things, of your abilities pages, and you can click these guys because they cost less. I'm going to sort by level across. And so Focus of Spirit costs, let's see, hold on. I gotta counter something now. But okay, so Focus of Spirit, where did it go? There it is. I don't see the cost on here, but that's because it's not the right one. I need a one that's the gem. Sorry about that. Let's see, round brilliant cut. So that costs 103 power versus this one, which is Great Cut, which costs 309 power. So if you're low on power and you need to counter an event, you don't have enough to cast on your level, you can always go to your trade skill book and cast from the lower level versions of it. All right, hold on just a moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I am back. Oh, there's Mr. She came and helped spawn a Hackers of Valmar for someone one day. I don't remember who. Alright. Hero there says, excellent work. I knew we could count on you to get the work on time and it's fair quality. Here is your cut of the sales profits and hearty thank you from me. And I say thank you. And I accept the 5,900 months in status points and 150 iron for exchange fraction, but also the 4 gold, 94 silver, and 59 copper, which helps offset the costs of fuel with this tier. Okay, can go ahead and shut down all the keys that I'm not currently dealing with and sort the current zone because that just makes a lot more sense. All right. Perfume says, anyone know if the new characters in Genshin Impact are good ones? I don't know what Genshin Impact is, so no idea. I believe clueless in that point. This desk has several sorted drawers rated by profession into recorder or brush roller. I'm gonna look for our invoice and go knock one of them out. I appreciate that one of the guilds is named a Big Guild. Seems very interesting. It's a bold move. Considering when they made the guild, it's 6 people, right? Because it's how you make a guild. So they named themselves a Big Guild just as a self-fulfilling prophecy hope, perhaps. I don't know. It's interesting. Also wonder if I have enough fuel to do this bit, because I didn't check and haven't gotten any in a little while. Flashing the bloodstone green. Let's see what we have going. I do have enough. I'm actually in more danger of running out of diamondine. I knew I was low on diamondine, or that we were low on diamondine. I keep going and gathering periodically, but I think it's leaving as quickly as it's coming in almost. And it's one reason I haven't been crafting very much, but at the same time, I actually only have this level, and then I believe that level 50 is going to use the same tier stuff because the game had gone to level 49. Well, it had gone to 50, but Sinking Sands wasn't out yet at that time. So I believe that I'm going to be using the same crafting materials at 50. But either way, I'm almost done with this tier. And then I'll need the next tier stuff anyway. But it's disappearing very quickly because a lot of people have been leveling. Not a lot of people, but multiple people. sometime when I'm on live, I'll show you our guild keeper and all the strange things we have in there in the harvesting booth. A friend and I would often go to old raid zones and stuff that drop uh, the harvests um, that you can only get in places like that. So we have some legendary things in place. Avoidance is next. Alright, we're very close to being able to um, get another crafting table in here. I wonder which one I should get. I know that Aragorn is hoping to get I think a woodworking table. I bought the stove and keg one day. And the forge, I think, um, I'm not sure who got the forge. But anyway, one of us got the forge. So, any of the other tables are up for grabs. Which means we still need the moon, or the sewing table. How do we want to look at that? The alchemist bench, and the scholar's desk. At some point, we probably ought to log on to some of the other characters to do some crafting. So I know we have a lot of low-level things, and we also have a lot of needs. One thing that would be very nice is to have somebody making some potions and poisons and turning them to Deeper. Thaw is awesome and makes potions and poisons on demand, but it's nice to not have to ask. So, and that way, if I just throw them in there myself, then everybody would have what they needed a lot more regularly, because he is reporting, and it's been difficult for him to get over uh, to the guild house than it is for characters who live over there. The ad starts in 30 seconds. Strobe wanted maybe another little trick for anytime you're searching in a book like this, such as for the recipes for a writ. You can just do part of each word and it'll pop it up pretty fast. I think I just did DIS and EAO. And you wouldn't even have to do that much. Just a DI and then a VO would have been enough to pull up the recipe. Makes it go much, much quicker. And, crafting doesn't have to be the drudgery that people make it out to be. If you put on your crafting gear, which in this case, because of this server, is just the tunic really right now. But that's on my Ever, or later on, in between where this is and where live is, there's a good amount of gear available, help with crafting. And when Shadow Odyssey came out, that's when a lot of that got added. It was very, very awesome because it makes the crafting so much faster and people don't realize that, it adds up certainly. So that's when I encourage doing like the armor sets and having a crafting set and an adventuring set and a gathering set. Very least. As you may have noticed when I went on to live, I have a lot of different armor sets on my characters. Some of them more than others. This one I added an underwater set just because it's easier to click that button and stick on Haddam's earring that way than it is for me to dig in my bags for Haddam's earring and then to try to remember what it was I took off and put that back on after I'm done. So it's just simpler to have it on there. You can just very quickly switch your gear, use it, and then switch back. So again, armor sets, they're great. I don't know if anybody but me really uses them, but they're great. Strobe One Kenobi says, good stuff. Thanks. Absolutely. Strobe says, I'm going to hit the sheets. You have a wonderful evening. You too. I'll try to get off at a somewhat decent time tonight as well, I think. At least off of this. I may end up messing around and getting back on like that mobile game or something right before I get ready for bed because I might have time at that point. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I have no real intentions of doing that right now. I had hopes of hitting the halfway mark, and I have done that as far as the level, getting up to level 50. So I wanted to hit halfway through 49. I have made that goal, so I'm pretty good on that. I may switch over and do some crafting on a different character, like I've been threatening to do. Not a bad idea. The other thought that I'm having is, again, I could go and do some gathering, get some of that diamond bean. I'm not sure. I could even go to Zach and do it. This isn't the list. thought, actually. Hit Zek, nobody harvests in Zek because it's terrible. So if I go and harvest in Zek, then I might be able to get some decent stuff pretty well. So I should put on my harvesting gear, actually. Oh yes. I accidentally made a hideout. Let's go ahead and put that on the builder. Hideouts leave something. Let's see now. What we're gonna do is check and see, are there any ships of any kind on? There are. There is this one for 12 gold. That's an hideout. And so do 6 for an apprentice 2. Let's do 3 gold for this. And then I think I'll do split all again with this teleportation shard. It's very nice if you need to get to Thundering Steps pretty regularly. You can do the split all again stuff. Starts with a darkened azure shard in the Thundering Steps. And so you get to a certain point, you'll get a teleportation shard. And when you do, you can get to the split plugin. And once you get there, you can just click right here and go straight to the Thundering Steps, just like that. Much cheaper than going to Cleaner's Harp and buying a ticket from the Harbor Master. Doesn't take you to the docks, but it does take you actually fairly close. Right over here. Well, not close isn't exactly accurate, but it doesn't take very long. It takes me close to the marauders that I need for this quest. So, it doesn't hurt my feelings any to come over here. Hoping that this updates me. Well, the fact that that didn't ding at all implies that I must have finished that quest. Cool. Even better. Sometime I'll have to come and throw a third bunch of percentiles and see if I can get my null faction up with these nulls in this area. Just out of curiosity. Hello, Ozpoo, how are you doing? It's an interesting name, Ozpoo. Is it any relation to the Wizard of Oz? Oz Gaming Gaming was very wonderful. Yeah, I've been messing around doing some crafting, and now I'm on my way to do some gathering. How about you? I'm going to just fly over to the Antonic Station, and I'm going to take that to the Southeast Station and jump part way. It takes not too far off in the same amount of time as jumping off at the bridge and running it. Just don't really feel like doing that right now. Usually I'll jump and it'll be easy. Oscar says, I'm thinking about playing with you too, just checking out some gameplay first. Oh, very cool, very cool. You have any thoughts about what you would like to play on it? Like what kind of class? Or have you seen very much of it yet, or are you just poking your head into it? I'm gonna jump off right over here, and then I'm gonna look for a shiny because, there's often one around this area, and I do like a shiny. Even if I don't need them, often my build mates will. And then, of course, there's always future characters that we could potentially need some of this stuff in do this as well. Oscar says, I've played a little up to various expat. I'm more wondering whether you're on Origin server or live. Alright, well, I personally like Origins much better. Um, but it's definitely a matter of preference. It's more challenging to do Origins. It's slower, to take everything down, right? Um, but it's definitely harder. Um, it's You don't have all the little luxuries that you do on live. Even by the time Destiny Rebellious came out, there were already a lot of concessions being made, and the game was definitely much less difficult than it had been in the past. Everything was a lot faster as far as leveling up and things like that by the time Rebellious came out. I'm gonna pop over to Night Forest and head to, well, actually, Zach was here on Beestalks. That's where I wanted to go. I'm not in Jingle. That's what am I doing? Enough people to group with without knowing people. I would say so. Personally, I haven't been doing that, but I see a lot of people looking at the group, and so I'll just do a slash here. I'm going into Thundering Steps. I will pop onto that right now. Slash who, and this will just show what's in Thundering Steps right now. So we got 7 people in Thundering Steps. I'm gonna hop over to Zek. There shouldn't be as many people probably in Zek because Zek is terrible. No one knows Zek. Huh, that's interesting. The Stream Elements thing, that ought to have not gone off on my EverQuest to stream, but that's okay. Alright, so let's see who we have here. Slash who, we got 4 people here. I wouldn't think there would be many. Because, again, Zach, who likes Zach? Nobody. Ain't nobody likes Zach. But, nonetheless, here we are, doing a little gathering. Peter slash who all, it's always going to show 100 people. And that's because 100 is the maximum number that it can show. So, if you want to know, like, how many, okay, let's do slash who all scout. And that'll show you how many scouts are on the server, right? So we have 44 scouts that are currently playing on this server right now. We'll do fighters. We're all fighters. So the 44 scouts, 51 fighters. We're all priests. 60 priests. And 68 mages currently playing on this server right now. But you see people very often, like right now, soloing in looking group channel says 47 necromancer looking for any XP. But you'll see people looking for group all day, looking for more. So yeah, I think you can find someone if you want to. And there are definitely, you would need to group sometimes if you want to do content. You want to do all the content because um, soloing is much more difficult on this server than it is on live. Like even green heroics are difficult. Hopefully that was somewhat helpful. Ah, yes, I just saw a guild recruit going out for Aes Sedai, and I've seen that guild recruiting a few times, but more often than that, I see people who are in the guild running it. So I think they're pretty active guild, seems to me. I just saw them say they're a few months old. Right now, I'm over in Zek gathering because we're so low on diamond doom. It's a whole problem, you know. Osbro says I used to play on the Oasis server, but it seems to be gone along with all my characters, LOL. Well, they ought to have moved your characters rather than just delete them. When they merged the servers, they should have taken the characters along with them. I never played on Oasis. Was that one of the foreign servers? And also, are you in Australia? Totally, curiosity, you know? An ad starts in 8 seconds. Oscar says, I am in Australia, but it was mainly US people playing. See. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really remember Oasis, and I'm not sure what it would have merged with. But you should have. I mean, they should have brought in characters over regardless. They would have if your characters' names had been taken on the other server, it went by whoever logged in last, most recently, got to keep their name, and the other person had a letter added to it, so it'd be like, you get a Z at the end of the name or something like that. We're definitely getting the Velian clusters up at least. I'm not seeing a diamond demon. And here's the question. Ha ha ha. Wrong place for diamond demon. That's why I'm not finding them. Oh boy. Because I need to be harvesting level 40 stuff, not level 30 stuff. But since I saw this note over here, obviously I'm not just going to pass it up, right? May as well get some more of this. I'm sure we'll need it. On the plus side, soon enough, I'm going to be having to harvest level 50 items from CQ Sands, and and then it's going to be the return hunt for probably mostly gnome. Oscar says I stopped playing when Flying Mounts came in. Okay, all right. So that would be yeah, that would be Destiny of Valius. Well, let's see. All right. So you had um the Griffin. Griffin, right? Is that not a Griffin? What was it? 279. Yeah, I think so, right? We had to hatch it, carry it around with you and train it and all that business. Um, was that, that was from 80 to 90, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was right. It was the, gosh, I can't remember what they were called, but they were like, I don't know, goat guys. They were these guys out there in the mountains, snowy mountains. You'd go up in those Kikomari, was that right? Kikomari? Something like that. See if we can find any shinies over there. We do have some quests in this area. I'm not sure what all I have, and I don't know that they there's a Thulian Neophytes and that Burst Strippers, uh, bouncers. Can't be good for myself. Sure, if everything rises. No, I don't think so. The Conscripts and the Fire Pelican. Yeah, those are not likely by myself. But from there, yeah, the bitter bloom is upon me. So I was just on live recording and streaming, doing a bit of the Frostfell stuff, and I went and updated a few things on some other characters. Um, it's I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe it'll be up your alley. Not really my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean you won't enjoy it. Current level cap on Origins is 70. It goes, Colin Dynasty just came out, if that helps. Um, I mean, not just, but not very long ago. And, again, in less than 2 weeks, Echoes of Vapor will be coming up. Yeah, no problem. Greenwood bouncers up. And that is the place for the Greenwood bouncers that I need. Other than the craft. Yep. Of course, the best shorter. I was hoping to find some harvests along here. Sometimes along the riverbanks, you can find a decent number of harvests. I don't really like harvesting here, but here we are. We do need that evil construct there. May as well grab him. We've got to build at the moment. We did get to have us some diamond beam clusters. Amazing. My life is now complete. So this is for making an Etna suit. These evil constructs. I don't think that I would want to make an Etna suit, personally. I feel like there's probably a better way for her to escape from that ledge. Back to the night to judge, right? Animal dens are withering wrong. Towards fruits in the air, that's always grand. I thought I heard the sound of someone logging out, and who's asked what the point soothing, should I catch that? Apparently I hadn't stepped in that spot before. The light has shined upon me once more. I met it stone. Yes. You see an inscription on the side of the stone statue. Read the inscription. The inscription reads, "The great cosmic fool rewards those who strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. Strike fear into the hearts of the carrion dregs by slaying their kind, and you will be rewarded." Honestly, they're just full of carrion dregs and their ilk. It would be a simple matter to show them the meaning of fear. There was somewhat low on bag space already. Doesn't take long. So Oscar, how did you quit before? You mentioned it was when flying mounts came out. Did the flying mounts cause issues? Or was that just coincidental? A couple more slots in the old bags. Automatic starting in 57 seconds. Ah, good. Finally, nice. Oscar says, I think I'm gonna try Origin Service. I like the idea of playing a game themer with later lovers. Yeah, I maybe expect so. Because, it is my preference by far. I'm gonna just come clean right here and let them run their own way. Because I saw there's another stone right there. That's exciting. I'm actually opt to go ahead and bring this in because I'm right here, Dara. May as well while I'm here. Ah, let's see. There they are. Okay. They're so agreeable. And I just told her she hit me, and she's like, "Nah, these are no good." It's just like Eloise Lacey if they run Thundering's Deb's dots with her butterflies and all that business. She's like, this butterfly has a broken wing. I'm not all about it. We're gonna have to redo. And I'm thinking, no, I don't feel like I would be quite so accommodating as I thought personally. Oscar says you'll all be expats free on Origins that only one live. Yeah, but you have to have a membership to be on Origins. But as far as the expats go, yeah, um, haven't had to buy any of that kind of thing. Yeah, no problem. I have room for um, one more thing in my bags and a unique item. And so, I would be really surprised if my bags get full. My journal was already full, So there's that. And I don't want to hit those swamp feeders. About to get hit with some spiders, but I'm running those off as I can. They like to poison and stun you. Actually, eat you and everything. It's not nice. Ah, inventory is good. So then, I suppose better or back to town. I feel like killing some more of these first, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make better decisions. Call back to town. And go deposit all this stuff in the depots. There are some differences between the way it was back in the day and the way that it is on here, Oscar. So, we do have the ability to get depots for our houses. Guild halls do not exist yet, but what we've done is basically made a house that our guildmates can use. And they do, still have the depots. So we get to use those. They did bring armor sets over, so I've got that there. You can switch between what you're using. You make your own armor sets just like on live, if you ever did that. There are some other things that have carried over from live, but most things haven't. It's pretty similar to the way it was. Osprey says, do you know how far they plan on taking Origin server? It hasn't really been decided yet. Like there's a fate where it is definitely coming out on around December 10th. And then it sounds like they're going to be doing runes of Punart, Rise of Punart, not runes. But beyond that, we don't know. It's kind of a, taking it one expansion at a time thing. A lot of people are hoping that they go up through the Shadow Odyssey. We'll see. Oh, I'm very close to having enough status to get another crafting table for the guild house over there. But not today, I think. Because I'm gonna try get off of here and get ready for bed at a decent time. So, we'll just come down here and think I better call it for now. So it's 10:41 and it will take me a couple hours to get everybody ready for bed. So, it was a pleasure meeting you, Oscar. And always fun streaming with you guys. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see when I go live next. You also have a good night, and you're very welcome. Feel free to ask me any questions you have anytime you see me around, either in game or on the channel or both. So, and if you need any help, let me know. I'm often available for something like that. I'm not otherwise engaged and willing to help. So, all right, it was nice to meet you again. I'm gonna take off, and everybody have a good night. Bye bye.